Today we're putting two complementary but opposing forces up against one another. They also might be fake 1-speeds. A little more wobble than I needed, and those flew more similar than I expected, because today we're taking a look at the EV7 discs yin and yang. EV7 is known for basically only making putters. Recently they came out with two 1-speeds, which frankly I don't quite think are 1-speeds. I'm gonna kick it to myself back in my office to compare these to some 1-speeds right now, but they called them 1401 for the yin and 1202 for the yang, so I expect this to be a little more overstable than this. Let's talk. Here we have the yin and yang, which is a pretty cool concept for two discs where what's sweet about them is the tops are the same, but the bottoms are the opposite of one another. At least that's what it seems to me. Which makes this not quite a beaded putter, but it acts like a beaded putter because the bottom is thicker, at least it looks like, than the curve part. So it's a pretty cool looking design and a cool concept for yin and yang discs. They also have very rounded over bottom sides, which makes them pretty comfortable, to be honest with you. The only problem is they are not 1-speeds. At least this is obviously my opinion. They call these 1-speeds, and I think there's a lot of 1-speed hype, so it's cool to put out 1-speeds, but if you look at these against, in my opinion, real 1-speeds, you'll see a difference. Here's them up against a glitch. The rims of these guys look a lot bigger than the rim of a glitch. Also, just to double it up, I put a pitch on there as well. It's basically a glitch, just a little bit different overmold. And two of those rims seem to make up one rim of the yin or the yang. However, it's harder to see because they are overmolded, so I put the spore up next to them as well. And the spore is closer for sure, but the yin and the yang are definitely still bigger. And then you can really start to see it when you do two things. One, you put up the Infinite Discs Glyph. It has a very similar rim to a Polecat, all quintessential 1-speed discs, and it is way thinner looking. And it gets even a little crazier when you take these and you put them up against a P2 or like a Watt, a 2-speed, and you look at the rim and you're like, that's pretty identical. The only question is, do they fly like 1-speeds? I'm not gonna say anything, but I think the rim kind of dictates the flight in discs. It's kind of how they're made. So no, I definitely don't think these are 1-speed discs. Maybe because it is a little concave on the inside, it like measures slightly differently. So I'll actually take my calipers out and see if it does. The rim is 9.8 mil. 9.8 mil as well. No. 8.2. What? The smallest one? What the? Maybe it's because it's flatter. This one's 7.6. 6.4. The P2? What is going on here, guys? Freaking 10.0, 9.8. 9.8. I mean, this has to just be flight numbers are made up. There's the hype around 1-speeds, so they put these out. But these are 2-speeds. Come on. So let's see how these 2-speed 1-speeds fly. Since this is a shorter course and I haven't gotten an ace yet this year, we'll be trying. I think we'll throw the yin first, probably just flat at it, and the yang might have to have a little flex. It was flat and it was decent height, not quite at it, but 20 feet to start. I think that shot with the yang is actually pretty good. Ah! Just like yin and yang. They're equidistant, but on opposing sides of the basket. Those do fly more different than I initially gave them credit for. These are kind of fun releases, and to be honest, the yang I think is cool because it's a complement to the yin. It's fun to see companies like, hey, what if we can do this? And then they do it. But the straighter one, I've already forgot, I think it's the yin, is like a really, really, really good feeling putter to me. Rounded over, shallow, flat on top. The OG medium plastic from EV7 is also such a good putter plastic. Good drop from EV7. Forehand on the next hole. 181. Winds down. That's good. Yin has the box. 180-foot forehand. Hyzer at it. Trust that little inconsistent wobble. We'll flip it up a bit. Yeah. That's a little long. That was a pretty nice shot, though. I'm not going to try to Anheuser it because I think sometimes I'll wobble it more. Just a little flatter to hyzer out to the left. Drop, drop, drop. Be 1-speed. Oh, juiced. 2-speed confirmed. These are both edge of circle out here. This is weird because it's like not beaded. They just flip the rim, but it feels kind of beaded because of it. flies well. It is just kind of odd because the bottom feels so much bigger because there's like nothing in your hand and then that full rim. Fun releases. As with everything, I'll have them linked down below on my sponsor, infinitedisc.com. I like finding these little niche under the radar things. This is the last hole I aced. It's only 150 feet straight ahead. I did it with one of my Bodanza blend marbles, coincidentally also on my storefront on it, infinitedisc.com. That's crazy. My daughter was nursing in the pavilion right over there. She didn't witness it. It doesn't count. That could do it. Oh, okay. Oh, I got it straighter, but I needed to aim it righter. Yeah, these definitely are not flying like every other one speed I've ever thrown flies. Maybe it's just because they're max weight and most other one speeds are typically lighter. But even like a polecat, which I've thrown, or the glyph from Infinite Discs, those in max weight still fly like one speeds. They just want to fall to the ground. These ones just fall like putters, I think. Also, ace running's getting me some good putting practice. For the Yang to go one up. There we go. 3-2. If I can make this putt. Why am I pulling that disc? That's not what I wanted to see. One down to perfect. The one that I didn't think I was going to like as much. Once again proving that overstability can solve a myriad of problems. Little quick side tangent, but I've been switching or liking putting with beaded, slightly overstable putters because I feel like I have to have less finesse to make putts. And so as I've been practicing with them more, I like it. This year I'm trying to practice with everything so that, especially for these videos, I can just putt with anything. Because the thought I've been having is that bad putters can't putt with anything. Good putters can putt with one disc or one style of disc, and great putters can putt with anything. Like I put anything in Gannon Burr's hand, he's making all the putts. That like goes for a lot of really great putters. Maybe that's not true, but that's kind of how I've been thinking about it, and I want to be a great putter. So that's what I'm gonna work on. 258 feet. This might be the longest hole on the course. We're gonna take this turnover line with both of them. So Yang has the box, 2 ahead of the Yin. Too much anhyzer, it's not that overstable. I threw that like it was a freaking Zone OS. If I would have thrown it 20 feet left there, that would have been good, but Yin has a real opportunity here. Perfect. Go in. Oh my, what? Oh, that was awesome. This is not the one I expected to get close to, but that was the best run yet, by far. This is double bad. I didn't even realize there's a second tree, and I hit the first one. This is gonna have to be some spectacular putt to keep the dream of the perfect round alive without an ace. Ah, too beefy for me. This thing was so close. I kept it far past the basket when I thought it sat down sooner. In the category of one speeds, technically since they made the flight numbers one speed, this is probably definitely the furthest flying one because it's just like a straight 2 speed. This rim does really feel weird, but I kind of don't hate it. It's very comfortable. It reminds me of the spin from MVP, which we'll also be reviewing soon, where it's very rounded underneath. Glad to not take another bogey, but the Yin is only one back now. We're gonna do a CTP on the forehand to the next tee pad, which you can see right there. Terrible. Okay, still very putterish. I was trying to see if it was like more like a Ruin, which is an Infinite Disc that has a similar kind of concave bottom. It's an interesting mold, but it's more of a 3 to 4 speed, kind of zone-ish replacement, but closer to 3 to 3.5 speed. That's definitely closer to 2 speed, so it's a little slower. You need a lot more touch to forehand it well, which I'm obviously not executing right now. Yep. Man, that whatever I just did on that forehand to throw that hyzer, wow, that is juiced, and it felt really like good mechanics. 170 feet, head left to right, great opportunity to draw some metal. Yin has the box. There is OB to the left though, so it's gonna be a little tricky. I think that was a pull too, that doesn't even count. That's brutal. All right, same shot, just a little righter with the Yang. Actually, try the forehand hyzer. Do the real yin yang thing, which is one backhand, one forehand. Come on. Oh, too glidey. That was really glidey. Just off these throws so far, I would give the Yin
2401, very accurate. Second one I just threw, the purple one. Maybe 2302. And just like that, with the yin parked, the yang could, well, it's gonna make it, obviously. Oh, you ever do that? You think it's a right to left, and so you put the grass right in front of your face, and it just blows straight back at you? Smart guy. Come on. Let's go. 2 back perfect, 1 back a perfect. This next hole, wide open ace run city. And then we might have to play some red baskets on the last couple. Whew, next hole is gonna play long. I think it's like 315 or 320. This hole, only 163. I have to hit some metal. Wind, drop it in there. Oh, too far. That same shot of this is perfect, I think. No, I pulled it. Dang it. Ah, landed in the exact same spot. With changing these next two, it's looking less and less likely. That was the opportunity I needed to get the metal there. I think the stupid part of my brain heard recreate the shot and meant the landing zone. I gotta use the smart part of my brain. I gotta use the smart part of my brain more. Ah. Oh, this could bring it back level. That was the weirdest looking putt of the day. Okay, I don't know why, but in my head I thought this hole was 330 feet. It's only 286. So, unfortunately, yin is still 1 back. Right to left wind. I think I can get some metal on this one. What? Dang, I think that same shot again. Actually recreated this time though. Dude, why did I throw it so much righter again? Hit the same tree, why not? What am I doing? I think I put 2 discs that feel very different in my hands, and I physically can't recreate the shot right now. The same thing I said about good putting. Maybe just lay it on to good throwing right now, because I'm pulling that. We'll play it as a hazard, so we'll putt from where they are, because I like practicing these longer putts. Oh. Oh. All right, both of them bogeyed. Not what I want to see at this course. I think we know our winner at this point. Unless I ace. Dang! Take your time, your putts are on videos, kids. Yang has the box, because I doubled. Nice. Get over. Ah, short. Not a bad shot. What? What is it about me and throwing to the same spot with both these discs? But only when that spot is not by the basket. I think technically that yin is in the hazard out there. So Yang's just gonna keep piling it on. Good news is, last hole, just a straight, not quite tunnel shot, but there's some stuff to miss on the right and left side that I hopefully can draw some metal on. Yep, good par. Oh, 179 feet, right there, screaming for me to hit some metal. Headwind with maybe a little right to left. Yin has the box. Gotta focus up. Yep. Walk off. No way! Oh, dang it, dude. Couple long putts to end it. I cannot believe that just phased through. If I 6-putt from that, then it'll lose. Yin and Yang, fun discs. I feel like they almost need to be bought as a set. I don't really see a ton of utility for this one. It doesn't fly bad at all. Like, pretty good, slightly overstable putter. And I know there are a lot of people who like just throwing the weirdest discs in a specific category in their bag. This one definitely fits that bill. This is just a pretty good straight putter. It kind of reminds me of Watt in a lot of ways. A little bit chunkier in the rim, so maybe that's where they get the one-speed-esqueness, but it really does just remind me of like a straight Watt-like putter. I appreciate you guys watching. If you want to see some other one-speeds in action, I got a ton of videos of them on my channel. The most recent one, right there. This was a lot of fun. I love these little ace run courses, and it's about to get really cold this weekend, so gotta look up for some more form stuff. I feel like mine's coming along better than I anticipated in this time frame, but I'm not gonna let that affect how I expect it to go here soon. But some pretty good insights, especially on my forehand, coming your way soon. Peace.